Hi guys, so I'm going to attempt to vlog today, keyword here being attempt, because tonight I'm going to a screening of a new film called City of Tiny Lights, and it'll probably be out by the time you watch this actually, so go watch it. It stars Riz Ahmed and Billie Piper, and tonight there's a BFI screening and there's going to be a Q&A afterwards, so both Riz and Billie will be there. And yeah, you all know how much I love Riz, and I've been thinking of vlogging the next Riz Andini reunion. That's our ship name now, thanks to Poppy. If you're watching this, you came up with it. But like, the thing is, I kind of suck at vlogging in general, and combining holding a camera plus meeting your favorite actor is basically just a recipe for disaster. Like the last time at the BAFTAs, Riz went to pull his mum over to me to tell her like, oh, this is the girl who did the drawing, and I dropped my camera, and basically when his mum came over, I was on the floor like grappling around in the dark trying to find my camera, and I had to like jump up and pop up. I was like, hi Riz Ahmed. So yeah, that's really just embarrassing and awkward. That's her first impression of me, so I'm like... So yeah, that's why I wasn't sure about vlogging today. And the other thing is, I'm quite a private person, which is strange actually, seeing as I have quite an online presence. But yeah, I'm not sure how comfortable I am with sharing our interactions and like filming them and putting them up on YouTube, because obviously to me they're really precious, but at the same time I do want to share it with like fellow fans. So I don't know, I'm kind of conflicted. Do you see where I'm coming from here? But yeah, so we'll see. I don't know how much I'm going to vlog today, but hopefully, I don't even know if I'm going to upload this at all, to be honest. Had to change arms because my other arm was tired. That's how much I've been rambling on, but I'll try and edit this out. But yeah, I guess I'll try my hardest to vlog is what I'm trying to say. I'm sure Riz content is something you guys all want to see, and I think it's nice personally for me to have something to look back on.
Hamsters, deals, wankers, kiss the biz, you feel how deep her fangs are. She give you a free kick, but then you get lamped hard, and you ain't coming in no more. Like you tried bringing a crack into man's yard. Could a push gang want a bit of rough, and the cop gang want a bit of rough.
I thought I'd do a quick outfit of the day as usual. The jumper you saw earlier is from Unif, and then my jacket is also from Unif, and the skirt is from ASOS, same Gucci belt, and then same Gucci loafers. So quick.
And I'm not praying, just a little hush for the fans at prison all listening to us. So big all the Pentagon spies up, and the 90s Asian day timers, and Prince the Seaman, that Adidas tracksuit green with white stripes, timeless as the beef on the AFPAC border. When there's a kid just a little bit taller than he gets salt right.
At Yo Sushi now for lunch because I'm hungry, and I'm here with Riz Ahmed 2.0. I can't believe, because she cosplayed Bodhi, if you remember, and they finally met last week, and then we were like, oh, when she was cosplaying they look so alike. We're like, oh my god, they actually look alike, and then when they finally stood side by side in the photo they look nothing alike. So you're a fake imposter. It's like a vlogception. They're filming something at Yo Sushi. There's no space for you because of the cheesecake. Hello. Look at these snapback twins, or maybe snapback triplets, huh?
He rides with suicidal, he wanna moonwalk with Michael. Says he got bleached out, so they're gonna bleed now. One sparkly glove on his trigger hand as he sings man in the mirror and leaps out.
Hello, I'm here with Cassie and Nando.
Hello. I think that's like, all I ever say if you're close. Like, hello.
You're like half Cassie and half Riz Cap.
With my rings.
Yeah.
Game over. Miss out to the head, that's bonus points for kid holding joint with Xbox controller. Who do you think flies the drones, bruv? Look at me on a poster, Photoshop so less darker. Sold my crops, I'm the melanin farmer. Sweatshop boys, we hotter than Benny Lava.
Hi guys, at what a bitch. Yeah, we're at BFI now, and I'm joined by a new person.
Hello, I'm new.
You've seen her 1,000 times before.
Yes.
And she's being rude and wearing sunnies.
I have massive eye bags because I'm very tired. I can't even speak properly.
Yeah.
So really, I'm doing you guys a favor.
Yeah, sure, that's her excuse. But yeah, we are waiting here. It's now 5:30, and then the screening's going to be at 6, so we're just chilling.
Really? 6?
Yeah.
Oh, so I just made it then.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I thought you were going to be late.
Oh.
Yeah.
I stopped at Leon.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, she finished work at 5, and then she was like lost, and I was like, hurry up, bitch.
Like, just like on the bridge, just like, yum, yum, let's stay.
Guys, keep this side clear, please. Keep this side clear. Read your phone to me. Keep moving. Read your phone to me. Riz, can you phone to me?
Thank you so much.
Riz, can you phone to me?
Hi guys, how you feeling? We just met Riz again. Just gave him the cake. I don't know what footage we got. Oh yeah, Emily doesn't want to be filmed. We're about to watch the film now. A humongous Riz.
Billie Piper. And Riz Ahmed.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's always good to. Yeah, I just feel like I just want to make loads of films that reflect the London that I know and the Britain that I know. I don't often see it on screen or on TV and not bang on about it, but it's something I feel quite passionate about. There's so many amazing stories that we're sitting on that are untold. There's so much amazing talent that we're not tapping into. And when Pete and Patrick Neat approached me with this book, I was just kind of. I was so excited by that idea, you know, why can't we do that classic detective noir film and do it in London today? You know, the London that we live in right now and the Britain that we live in right now is full of crazy stories.
I think I met Riz like 5 years before we made it. Like 5 years, we were talking about it.
Sure. And Riz, I mean, were you on board throughout that process? Because, you know, you've had the odd job in the last couple of years.
I mean, thing is that Pete kind of approached me to be in this film, like years ago.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Before we really even had a script.
No one was approaching me to be in films 5 years ago. So I kind of was bound to him out of loyalty and gratitude. As much as I tried to squirm my way out over those years. But yeah, I was on board that whole time. And I actually knew Patrick's writing, and those of you who haven't read any of his work, I would really advise you to check it out. I knew him as a spoken word artist, actually, and he runs Book Slam. I don't know if any of you know that club night, Book Slam, with the stand-up comedy music and spoken word night, and yeah, so when it was like him and also Pete, whose work I knew and loved, I just wanted to be involved from him.
Sure. I mean, Billie, for you, Shelley must be a particular challenge because she's not in every scene, but it feels like every scene that she's in is really pivotal. Right? A character doesn't get a lot of downtime, so you have to be sort of on point at all times.
Yeah. In my head, it's a love story. It's a totally different thing. There's lots of things going on, but I really loved her. I thought she was a really sort of normal chick with a tragic past, and there's this love-lost situation, and I don't know, I just really fell for that, and then the opportunity to work with these two and in London, for all of those reasons, it was really appealing.
I mean, the chemistry and the rapport between your two characters is obviously really important, and I wonder if you'd come across each other, if you'd met before the film, or how long you had to get to know each other before shooting.
We met before.
Yeah, we met like in passing.
Yeah.
We had like a couple of people in common.
Yeah.
We didn't work together.
Yeah. We had a Diet Coke and then an hour of rehearsal.
Yeah, we had a Diet Coke and she just jumped straight into like, so did you like garage music? I was like, oh yeah, I guess this is like in the 90s, isn't it? Yeah, it would be good if it was that, and we kind of bonded over carriage. Yeah. Thank you, Mike Skinner. But I'd seen a couple. I'd seen enough to kind of understand what we were going for. Wedding Confidential, On Good Friday, Chinatown. I think you wanted me to watch. I watched Mona Lisa as well. But I don't know. I knew that we were kind of doing that, but we weren't kind of trying to be completely faithful to that kind of film. We wanted to put a twist on it, and part of the twist was, or part of the kind of how we wanted to contemporize it was setting it right here, right now, with everything that entails, and we try and engage with the reality out your window. And the other thing that I think Pete really wanted to do, and something that he really brought to the table from really early on, was he said he wanted it to have real soul. Yeah. And he injected it with a lot of warmth. And the film went from being a kind of thriller to being a story about ghosts, about missed connections, and fading family, and relationships that might have been. and it became a very kind of soulful film. And that really is, that was really from Pete. He kept talking about how much, and sometimes I remember we kind of talk on set and I'd say, but isn't Tommy, and I think it was quite early on, right from that first day, it was like, well, would he let that show? And Pete would say, no, he's trying desperately not to, but he's like broken inside, you know. So it's really about your vulnerability, being, you know, allowing your vulnerability to, you know, allowing yourself to wear your arms, sleep.
And that's kind of how we film. Anyway, might be now. We've got an audience of Londoners, so if you have questions about the film, please do raise your hand. There's a couple of roving mics which will be roving. There was a hand which went up very quickly at the back there. Got on reaching here, and then I'll come over here. So just in the back there.
Hi. Considering we're practically on the eve of the triggering of Article 50, it's interesting to see a film that received some financial help from the Media Fund of the European Union. I just wanted to ask Pete, as a filmmaker, and Billie and Riz as performers, whether you have concerns about the way the country's going in respect to how it might affect the creative industries.
Straight in. Juggling. Like it.
Deeply concerned.
Thoroughly fucking depressing. What was there to say about it? If you voted for it, you should leave now.
Remember, you're in London. You're in London. I'm listening. Do you want to expand on that, or actually you two do as well?
I think it is really worrying because we get a lot of money from Europe, and I just wonder if there's any way of going back in time. Yeah.
Because Riz, you and I met 2011 at Word House when you were still an MC. So I just wondered.
I'm still an MC.
Predominantly known as your MC. But you were performing, you're doing the circuit then, still. So
yeah, there's a separate interview.
But and Billie, obviously your background is in music too, and I just wondered, as actors, how that background has informed you navigating the world of acting, or if it has in any way. And a question for Pete is the soundtrack, which was brilliant, as well as the film. I just wondered how that came about. Riz, you go first.
I mean, I don't know, I think, just kind of starting off from the end of your question, I think for me, nostalgia is tied up in music, always, for me. And whenever I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm directly answering your question, but what it makes me think of is I always try and compile playlists for characters, you know, if they're not from outer space or distant past or whatever. Then, and it's a kind of, yeah, a lot of my memories, a lot of my nostalgia, a lot of the feelings I have about that time are tied into a certain kind of soundtrack. So that really kind of helped me access my own nostalgia. And I think the film portrays a lot of things that many of us can relate to, that sense of kind of drifting from the people you grew up with, being unsure how strong those bonds really are when you really need them, feeling weird about needing them, you know, when you cut back with the tail between your legs and life's kind of beating you on the arse. And so music was a big way for me to the character.
Yeah, and for me. I feel like that having had a music career before an acting career has sort of helped on some levels. I don't know, I think it prepared me for an industry more than for acting itself, which I'm really, really grateful for. I definitely feel a lot more at home in my current profession, which is nice. But yeah, there's a lot of gifts that came out of doing music first. But again, like what you're saying, I really found, we listened to loads of the music all the time when we're getting our makeup. Yeah, we really were there, and I think that really, really helped inform the character, and it frequently does again with me. Yeah.
I feel like the script is basically a series of clues that kind of piece things together. Someone will say something about your character and you go, oh, okay, wow, so what's that about? It's just a throwaway comment, but that's the tip of an iceberg, and you kind of start digging and you start finding things. So I really do look at it that way, yeah, when I'm going through the script.
I'm relieved, okay. I feel slightly self-conscious. How about you?
Yeah, I do. I sometimes it depends who I'm working with, if I'm honest. Like sometimes I really feel that that's and the tone of what it is you're doing. And then sometimes I find that really unhelpful, and I just want to go. I don't really want to know anything about anybody's story, and it's just about my instinct in those moments when we're there. It really, for me, just depends on, I suppose, the genre or the people that, the people at the helm, you know, and what they're likely to encourage, and I don't know. I like to try a few different ways.
I know we're running out of time. We've got time for one more question. Hang on that very quickly at the back there.
Apologies, you probably get asked this question a lot, especially Riz. But if you're a writer from a minority ethnic background and your character isn't necessarily from any particular race, the default is obviously to write them as white because you get the biggest audience appeal that way. And I wanted to ask that if you're writing, like, say, for example, you know, a story like this one, for example, which is about family and memory or whatever, inevitably you draw on your own personal experiences. So you may lose out on something by trying to appeal for that audience. And I was wondering if you see any trends in the current way of films that are being made that are kind of bucking this trend or inviting a more diverse market.
I personally think that right now what we're seeing in you know, this kind of golden age of television, this era of streaming where there's just so many different shows. People ask me, have you seen this? Have you seen that? I haven't seen any of it. I'm so behind. I mean, there's so much amazing stuff to watch. But I think what we're learning is what really cuts through in this increasingly kind of cluttered, you know, market, as you're putting it, is really specific stories. And I think in a way we're kind of relearning quite an old lesson, which is the specific is what's universal. So really mining on the kind of authenticity and the specificity of your own experience is what will resonate, because people will recognize it as authentic, people will recognize it as honest. And at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, maybe there's a couple of like sales agents in Russia will be scared if, you know, you and me are on the poster, but fuck them.
Ready? Okay, so what did you think about the film? It was actually really good. It was quite like classic noir. So it was quite predictable, and you kind of like you knew the basic plot lines and stuff, but it was still really enjoyable.
Yeah. I feel like because I'd seen it before prior to this, and I guessed who the killer was like straight at the
exactly.
But I don't know whether it was like, it's not really my type of movie, but I still enjoyed it. But I'm not sure if it's because Riz was in it, so I just wanted to ask like other people's opinions.
From a kind of cinematography kind of view, and as like a technical standpoint, it was really good. Like the shots and the lighting and the music. I loved it.
I loved it. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
The shots, the lighting, the use of camera movement and things like that was absolutely fantastic. And it really was like a classically noir type film.
That's great. Yeah. The Q&A was really good too. Oh, you probably would have seen it. I will put it before this, so that makes sense.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was
and
really good.
I think if there's footage, then that's great. If there's no footage, then we did manage to give him the cake and the manatee. What is it called? Tea strain, I think. So it's all good. Yeah.
What did he say to that?
He was like, "Oh, you guys are so sweet. Love you guys so much."
Ah, nice.
Okay, so we're back home now and everyone's just tucking into their wasabi because we are ravenous. Woo! Yeah. Yun's like eating in front of the picture already, read me.
It's a nice day.
She was like, honey, I'm gonna eat.
Did feel the same thing as everyone.
No, everyone else copied me. Are you kidding me? What was I gonna say? So I think I'm gonna end the vlog here, but I just wanted to, I forgot to talk about the BBC thing in the morning because I started vlogging after I did the BBC thing. So I did meet Riz earlier on in the morning. If you already saw, you probably already saw it on Instagram, but I'll insert the photo here if you haven't already. And I got this signed, which is the So It Goes mag from like ages ago. Yes. Yeah, that is today's vlog. And hopefully it was decent enough, because I thought like I didn't know whether I was going to be able to vlog or not, because you know I get like really nervous and I was like having a heart attack the entire day basically, but hopefully that was good enough footage and that I end up uploading this. And if you guys want to see more vlogs like this, hopefully I can like up my game and take you guys along to like the BAFTAs or something, or a movie premiere, without actually dropping my camera this time. So that'll be really great. I'll try my hardest. But yeah, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, because it really took a lot of effort from you guys. Honestly, like my heart is like beating out of control. And subscribe if you guys want to see more, and if you guys are new. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Oh gosh, oh golly gosh, oh goodness gracious me.